It really does feel like magic, doesn't it? That simple little tap of your phone or your watch, and boom, you've paid for your coffee. But behind that super easy, effortless tap is this surprisingly complex and secure system. It's actually designed to be way safer than the plastic cards in your wallet. So let's pull back the curtain and see how this thing really works.
Come on, we've all had that feeling, right? That little moment of panic. You hand your card to a waiter or a cashier, or you type the numbers into some website, and for just a split second, you kind of wonder, where is my information actually going? Is this safe?
And you know what? That feeling is completely justified. Because with a normal credit card, the answer is pretty simple. Your actual, permanent card number, it gets transmitted every single time you use it. The whole system is built on this one single, vulnerable piece of data. So to really get why Apple Pay even exists, we have to start with the problem it was built to solve. And that is the fundamental flaw, really, of the plastic cards we've all been carrying around for decades.
This right here, this says it all. The most dangerous thing you can do with a credit card is just hand it to somebody. The moment it leaves your sight, you've completely lost control. And that core insecurity, that's the entire reason mobile payment systems had to be invented in the first place.
And look, this isn't just some theoretical what if. This is real. Back in 2014, hackers got into Target's payment systems and stole 40 million credit and debit card numbers. Think about that. They didn't have to pickpocket 40 million people. They just grabbed the data as it was flowing through the checkout line. Okay, and here is the crucial point. When you use your physical card, you're not just sending your card number. You're sending this whole package of data to the merchant. Your name, your number, and with some store loyalty programs, even the exact items you just bought. All of that info can be stored, it can be tracked, and as we just saw with Target, it can absolutely be stolen. So, how does Apple Pay fix this mess? Well, it doesn't just try to patch the old system. It completely rethinks the whole transaction from the ground up. And it all begins with this core idea called tokenization. Tokenization is really the heart and soul of Apple Pay. So instead of sending your real credit card number out into the world, Apple Pay creates a stand-in like a substitute player in a game. This substitute is called a token, and on its own, it has no real value or meaning. Okay, look at this, because it shows the difference perfectly. Over on the left, you've got your permanent vulnerable card number. That's the one you want to keep locked down. But on the right, you have what Apple calls a device account number. See how it kind of looks like a real card number? It's not. It's just a token, a stand-in that's unique to your specific phone and totally useless to anyone else. And this is the genius of it. The merchant, the store you're in, they never even see or store your real card number. They just get this one-time use token. So even if that company has a massive data breach like Target did, what would the hackers get? Just a long list of useless single-use tokens. Your actual financial info stays completely safe. But wait, there's more. It doesn't stop there. This special token isn't just, floating around in your phone's memory. It is protected by a dedicated piece of hardware. I want you to think of the secure element as like a digital Fort Knox right inside your iPhone. It's this industry-standard certified chip that is physically and digitally separate from your phone's main brain, from the operating system. So even if some nasty malware got onto your phone, it couldn't get into this vault to steal your payment information. It's completely walled off. So let's just recap all these layers of defense, right? First, you've got your face or your fingerprint just to start a payment. Then the transaction itself is encrypted, your real card number is never ever shared. The token is stored away in that super secure chip. And there's one more thing, a unique code for every single purchase. And this part is so important. Along with the token, that secure element creates a dynamic, one-time security code. Think of it like a digital CVV number that changes every time, just for that one transaction. This stops something called a replay attack, which is where a criminal could basically record your transaction data and try to use it again for a new purchase. With Apple Pay, nope, that's completely impossible. Okay, so we know the tech is incredibly solid. It's robust. But how does all this complex security stuff translate into that simple, easy tap that we all know and love? Well, it's this incredibly seamless three-step process. You do a quick double-click, which brings up your wallet, then a fast glance, or a touch of your finger confirms it's you, and then you just tap. That's it. All of that heavy lifting, the encryption, the tokenization, the dynamic codes, it all happens instantly, in the background.
Right, this is a question that comes up all the time. What if you're, say, on the subway, or you're in a store with really bad cell reception? Can you still actually pay for things?
And the answer is a very clear no. In-store payments use something called NFC, which is the same short-range radio tech that contactless cards use. It's a direct offline conversation between your device and the payment terminal. No Wi-Fi, no cellular data needed at all.
All right, let's talk about the big one, the big what if. What if the worst happens and you actually lose your phone? Is all your money at risk?
Think about it. If someone steals your wallet, they've got your actual cards. They can go on a shopping spree. But if someone steals your iPhone, what do they really have?
Well, the very first line of defense is the one you use every single day. A thief can't just pick up your phone and start tapping to pay. Every single payment requires your unique Face ID, your Touch ID, or at the very least, your passcode. Without that, the Apple Wallet is basically just a locked box they can't get into.
And then, for total peace of mind, there's the Find My feature. You can go to any web browser on any computer, log into your iCloud account, pick your device from the list, and just put it in lost mode. The second you do that, it instantly suspends Apple Pay, basically freezing your cards on that device, even if the phone is turned off or offline.
So when you put it all together, is Apple Pay safer than a physical card? The answer is an emphatic yes. It was designed from the very beginning to fix the inherent insecurities of plastic. It doesn't just try to improve the old system. It completely replaces that single point of failure, your card number, with all these interlocking layers of modern security.
So the next time you tap your phone to pay for something, you'll know it's not actually magic. It's just really, really smart design. It's the result of this incredibly sophisticated security system, all the way from tokenization to the secure element, all working together in an instant to make your transaction both completely effortless and incredibly safe.